Madison, thank you for joining me today on Pop Culture Unplugged.
Thank you for having me. I'm very
Ex
excited to be here.
Exciting times. We have the new Bosch season right around the corner tomorrow, but I don't know when I'm dropping this interview, so we'll keep it a little light on
Oh,
that stuff.
yeah.
How's life been with you
Oh,
with all this? We're finally into a new season.
I'm so excited. It's been so, such an amazing journey. And for this to be the last season, it's just everything feels like it's come really full circle.
Mm.
And I'm really excited for this season. I think it's going to be a really, really good one. And I think the fans are really going to be happy with it, or at least I hope so. And um, there's a few faces that you might recognize, or even if you guys don't recognize, I recognize that I'm really excited about in this new season. So there's just a lot of things that I'm excited
Yeah.
about this. Yeah.
How sad are you? Are you ready, or are you ready for like the next chapter, the next project?
I'm so sad, obviously. It's been such a
Yeah.
wonderful, incredible journey, but it's hard for me to feel sad and not only feel just gratitude and
Yeah.
just awe at how insane the past 10 years have been. So it's a definitely a bittersweet feeling, but
Mm.
more sweet than bitter.
Definitely. So I want to jump into your character, Maddie, she went through like a terrifying ordeal season two, with her getting kidnapped, like I want to go back a little bit. What was your reaction when you first read those scripts for those episodes?
For season two?
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
curious.
I'm trying to think back. It's been a while because
I
there was a
know.
whole year with the strike. A
Yeah.
lot has happened. It's been insane. Um, I remember we were at, where were we? I think we were at the premiere for season one.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, Titus grabs me. We're about to go out and like talk to people. I honestly can't remember when this was, but it was sometime between seasons one and two. And
Mm.
we're about to go do like some sort of panel or like a speech or something. I can't remember. And he grabs me and he goes, "Hey, I gotta tell you something." And I was like, "Okay." Okay. And so he starts going about this new season and how I'm about to get the scripts and everything's gonna like he was like, it's gonna be crazy. Just get ready for it. Season two is gonna be insane. He starts talking about like boxes and the desert and being
Wow.
buried alive. And I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And then I get the first two scripts for the season, and I was like, oh my gosh, he wasn't lying. Like this actually is happening in this season to me. So it was really exciting and really fun to read it. And I did get the script pretty far in advance. So I was able to really dig in and prepare as much as I felt like those episodes deserved. So that was
Mm.
also really, really awesome.
Did you feel like you had to go back to watch season one and season two because of the strike to get ready for season three, just to get an idea like how you wanted to jump back into this character?
Yes and no. It almost felt like that year, like it was so fast. Like it
Mm.
almost felt like no time had passed, even though it
Okay.
had been a whole year. And I knew that it obviously had been a whole year. But I always do a little binge before the
Yeah.
season to jog my memory. I did do both seasons though. Usually I just do the season that's already been out. So I did do a two season binge rather than a one season binge, which was
That's
fun.
right. How do you think like I wrote here after the aftermath of the trauma, of your character, how do you think now she jumps into season three?
I think Maddie is a lot like her father, and she's very much I'm good. Everything's fine. We're gonna keep pushing. And
Mm.
so I really tried to walk that line of showing her strength and showing that she doesn't let emotion or things of that nature or her past weigh her down and affect her decisions, or she tries really, really hard to not let it affect her decisions. So I tried to walk the line of her seeming unaffected, and I had to find the places where I let the darkness get to her just a little bit, just
Mm.
a hint. I do think that she is a fighter this season and probably fights more than she should to keep it from overwhelming her. So it was definitely a challenge to find the places where she can't help but give in ever
Mm.
so slightly.
Mm. How do you
So it'll be
think,
subtle, but you'll see it in there.
yeah, do you think there was like a major shift like in her dynamic now with the relationship with Harry, her father, in those moments?
Yes and no. I
Okay.
think their relationship is continuing to evolve as Maddie becomes more of her own person. I think
Mm.
even in seasons one and two of Legacy, she was a young, young adult.
Yeah.
And I think that we don't realize how, even once you turn 18 or whatever, once you become an adult, even once you step into your career, you're out of college, whatever, your dynamic with your parents stays child and parent for, a couple more years. And then it's really only once you turn 23, 24, 25 that you start to be like, oh, I'm a person and I'm an adult and you're an adult. And now I can start to see you as not this infallible parental figure that can do no wrong. Now I'm starting to see you as a human being who has flaws and does things incorrectly and fails and is just like me. I think that's a really scary realization when once you become an adult, is you're like, oh, this is your first time living too. Like
Right.
you and we're both trying to do the same thing. We're both kind of struggling to do the right thing. Like you don't have some special advantage over me just because you're my dad. You're just a human like me. So I think that realization definitely colors a lot of their interactions this season. I think it will be very interesting to watch. But, it's still them.
Yeah.
They still have that incredible bond and they still know that they're the only two people that they have in this world. So you
How,
see that as well.
I was gonna say, how about the relationship with Honey Chandler also with Maddie?
Um, Definitely. I'm trying to. I get nervous because I don't want to spoil anything.
Right, right. I get it.
Um, you definitely get to see their bond develop more this season, is I think what I'll say.
Do you think Maddie feels more determined now to stay in law enforcement, or do you think she questions herself in season three?
I think at the beginning of this season, she's definitely more impassioned than ever. And I think that's a common cycle that people in any profession go through where something
Mm,
happens, they're more impassioned. And just when they think, this is what I'm supposed to do, I was meant to do this, this is my dream, this is easy, I can do this, something else happens that
yeah.
makes them step back. And if they're, in my opinion, pure of character, makes them step back and sort of question things again and be like, wait a second, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? Is this right? Am I good enough? Et cetera, et cetera. So I think something like that definitely happens this season where she feels in her stride and then she stumbles a little bit.
I feel like the Bosch has opened like this. I want to call it a universe, because we had the original, then we had the
Uh-huh.
legacy and everything.
Yeah.
Do you think Maddie still sees the world black and white, or do you think she's starting to see like a little bit shades of gray like her father?
I think definitely she's starting to see a couple more shades.
Mm,
I think that's comes along with becoming more of an adult and she starts to see her father as not this black and white
yeah.
figure, but as a shades of gray figure. And I think that's very world altering for a person. So you'll definitely get to see some of that this season for sure.
I know you mentioned, we don't want to talk spoilers, but what can you tease about any new challenges or threats that she faces this season? Is there anything you could tease us?
I definitely think the challenges that she will face are ones that she hasn't ever faced yet.
Mm,
And I don't think she ever expected to face. It came completely out of the blue and is putting her in a position of choosing to abide by the laws and the
okay.
rules of her profession, or she's finally found this a conflict that is making her consider maybe taking a page out of her dad's book and stepping out of line.
Mm,
I think is where this season's going. I
mm.
know that's where the season is going.
I know like the key part of the series is, Maddie with Titus or you with Titus working, like how would you describe that relationship now? How would you say it has evolved throughout all these years?
Season, do we want to go back to Bosch Bosch?
No, I mean just to, like even like your working relationship and then now just from the last few seasons you've done with them.
Oh, are you talking about me, Maddie?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Like
what I meant. Yeah.
MADI, Maddie, not MADDIE,
You,
Maddie.
you as Madison
Me,
and Titus.
myself as a
Yeah.
human being. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, oh gosh, it's been wonderful. It's really, really been wonderful. And it's a similar trajectory almost. Definitely a little more lighthearted. And we definitely still give each other the same amount of shit as season one. There's just nonstop banter. Doesn't matter what season it is or, what age I was. But when I was younger, it was definitely took me under his wing in a way and
That's where I
allowed
was
me
going with that.
as a child to spread my wings creatively, which sometimes when you're a child actor, there's not a lot of space for that on set. And especially, and there's not a lot of space for that sometimes as an adult actor, but especially when you're a child, sometimes it's show up, say your lines, do your job. No, just do your job and don't try anything crazy. Just do what you're supposed to do. And that's it. And you're lucky to be able to do that, which I agree. I felt very lucky to be there. But he sort of held space for me in those a lot of scenes that we had to take risks.
Yeah.
And I think it paid off immensely. And I think he is um really devoted to the writing and devoted to the story and devoted to, making it something that people really connect with. And it's all of our scenes that we have are definitely the ones that I'm the most proud of.
Yeah.
So, and our relationship as actors, as coworkers, has only benefited from there. Our scenes turned out so good, and it's definitely a testament to how great of a person he is and how, wonderful our friendship has been for the past 10 years.
Is
So
there
it's been really
is
cool.
there like one key of advice that he's given you that's always going to be like you're always going to remember it?
Yeah. Um, Gosh, sorry, getting a little emotional. Um, he definitely always said the phrase beat the page,
Hmm.
which is our wonderful writers gave us so many beautiful scenes,
Yeah.
and it's our job as actors to take that writing and to run with it. And I think he really, really championed that ideal, and I will take that with me for the rest of my life.
It's amazing. Have you ever listened to Titus do interviews?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
Do you ever see what he does his impressions of other people? How great are
Oh, well, he
those?
does that in real life too. He
So
just
I
rips.
was going with that. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Does he ever do that on set?
Oh my gosh. That's all he does in between
Yeah.
scenes. And just when I think I've heard them all, he whips out another one.
Mm,
Where I'm like, how the hell can you get your voice to do that? Like, how is that happening?
that's
So
awesome.
he is such a joker. He's the best.
It's season. I know you said the first four episodes are coming out, then they're releasing two and two. Like,
Yes. So it's
is there a particular episode or scene that you can't wait for the viewers to see,
hmm,
or that you were excited about for them to see?
yes, I am.
You give us at least an episode number, so when people watch this interview, they
Um,
know.
I think it's actually they're dropping the first four tomorrow, so I think it will be in episode three
Okay.
for sure.
We'll have to see.
But that's all I'm gonna say
That's
because
all
I
you're gonna
can't
say. I
spoil
know.
anything, and it's literally 24 hours from now, so I think they
Right,
can.
right. So, Bosch is a very tense show, like for you and the cast members behind the scenes, what do you guys do to like lighten up the mood? So I was told to ask you this.
Well, if it's Denise and I, it's just nonstop obnoxious banter. I think at this point the crew wished that we wouldn't continue to lighten the mood because we're so annoying. It's just constant chats, constant bad banter. Denise and I love working with her. She's incredible. There's something happens when we're together where we just become like a little bit more devious. Sorry. Yeah, no, Denise and I are a force to be reckoned with on set, to be honest. I think people are glad that they don't have to work with us anymore.
Yeah. Is there somebody like on the cast where you didn't have that many scenes with, and you're like, I wish I had more scenes with you?
Um,
Or
yeah,
do you
yes
feel
and no, because um, hang on. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Oh, what that is. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My computer just freaked out for
that's
some reason.
okay.
Okay, to answer your question. Yes, but I have scenes with him this season, and I've had
Okay.
scenes with him in seasons past. It's Paul Calderon.
All right.
So I love him. I think he's such a joy to be around and he is so
Yeah.
talented. And I wish that I had more scenes with him, but I did get a good amount of scenes with him this season, and I've had scenes with him in seasons past. But I still, anytime I read a script where I have a scene with him, I'm very, very excited.
That's amazing. How many episodes are we expecting this full season? Is it 8 or 10?
It's 10. So it'll
10.
be four tomorrow, and then next week another two, next week another
Okay.
two, third week
All right.
another two.
So now that you've done the police drama and everything, is there a certain role that you trying to want to tackle next, or do you have another project you're allowed to tell us about that you're going to work on?
I have a film set to release this fall, but I can't say much about it. But it is set to release this fall, and it is a different genre
Mhm. All right.
from crime drama.
Yeah.
So, and it is a genre that I really like, so I'm very excited about that.
Mhm.
I don't know, I was never a huge crime drama person when I booked the show,
Yeah.
and I ended up really, really enjoying it. So I'm not gonna try to box myself into any genre. I'm more focused on the character and whether or not I can
Right.
find the truth in them. And I'm open to let any genre surprise me because crime drama certainly did. And now I have a special place in my heart for it and would
Right.
love to do another crime drama. So I don't I try not to box myself in that way.
Last question. Opportunity comes up, Bosch movie. Would you jump on it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think the people who the creators of Bosch and the producers and the writers and everybody are so talented that anything that they do for Bosch or for something else in the future, I would be so down to do because it's always really, really, really good stuff.
Mm,
So heck yeah, I'd do a Bosch movie.
that's right. Yeah. Madison, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes
Thank
today.
you.
Good luck. Good luck with this season. Hopefully we
Thank
see you get
you.
down the road.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.